What's the one book that's more than a book to you? Almost like a friend, like a loved one, like someone really special. Tell me about it because I'm going to tell you about mine. Hey there. Hello and welcome back. It's Asha here. You're here with me again, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. Talking about books, there's always one book, and for some of you, multiple books, but in rare cases, there's always that one book which means a lot more than just a book, right? Or is it just me? Well, I've come to believe that that one book changes your life for good. That one book is like that friend, is like that confidant who's always there for you when you need them, and you love them so much that you cannot bear to part from them. In today's video, I'm going to talk about one such book that I have come to love so much that any given day I pick this book up and I just skim through the pages and I just read a few stanzas, a few dialogues, a few quotes, and whatever else is there between the pages, and I feel so good, so relieved inside. So today, the book that I'm going to talk about is The Rabbit and the Squirrel by Siddharth Dhanuan Sangvi. Now, Siddharth is an Indian author. He has very few books to his name, but all his books are masterpieces. They are so damn beautiful, they are so damn gorgeous, and this book, out of all those, is very close to my heart. This book is very special, and in this video, I am going to tell you why I love this book so much. Before we proceed, guys, I know a lot of you keep coming back to my channel, keep engaging with me, you share your thoughts in the comments, and I absolutely love all of that. But I wonder what's stopping you from hitting on that subscribe button. So please do me the favor, it's not going to cost you anything, but it means a lot to me. Please hit on the subscribe button, and while you're at it, also hit on the bell icon so that you do not miss out on any of my future videos. First things first, guys, just look at the cover of this book. It's impossible that you will not fall in love with the cover, isn't it? And that's exactly what it did to me. It was love at first sight. Well, this is a short story. It's a novella. And as you can see, it consists of a rabbit and a squirrel. They are the best of friends. The tagline on the cover reads, "A love story about friendship." Isn't that beautiful? It kind of tugs at your heart a little bit. I'm going to read what the back of this book says. It says, "Maybe that is why the squirrel called him my friend in the green room. They were both usually playing out lines, hamming it up over a drink, tap dancing in taverns. But when they were together, alone, they felt no need for this. With each other, they were in that moment just before the show." So that's the cover. As you can see, this is a very thin book. It's a novella, it's a hard jacket. So this book is about a rabbit and a squirrel, as you can tell from the cover, of course. It takes us through the story of these two friends, how they met, how they got together, and how they grew to mean so much to each other. And how even though the squirrel kind of harbors some feelings for the rabbit, they cannot be together, and the squirrel is forced by her family to go and marry a wealthy boar, and she does that. And the rabbit obviously is like alone. He's lonely now, and he goes and joins a monastery. And years later, then how these two meet and what happens upon the reunion in just about 66 pages. This book is a whole world of emotions. Things that I quickly want to talk about. You can never go wrong with a Siddharth Sangvi book. One is for the writing. His writing is so rich, it's so graceful, so elegant. This book also, the story is so elegantly written. It's so rich in the choice of words, in the sentiments, in the kind of phrases. It's so poetic, it's so beautifully gorgeous that it doesn't leave your mind, and it just makes a home in your heart, and the writing stays with you. It's full of these witty dialogues that again tug at your heart because it's so true. It's timeless because you feel the depth of the emotions. It's kind of astounding how many things you can encompass, how many things you can envelope in such a small book. That's, I believe, the power of words, but also uh, you know the prodigy that the author is. Siddharth is obviously known for his love for the language. He's is a known connoisseur of words. So with this book also, everything is met. It is spick and span, beautiful. There's this. It's just flawless. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing amiss. You feel the emotions like your own. You relate with these characters so much. There's nothing much about the bird, but the squirrel and the rabbit. And the squirrel is such a favorite. You'll just fall for her. You will just fall for her. I loved the rabbit too. He has his own reasons. He has a life which is kind of which is kind of different, and there are things that he cannot open up about with the squirrel, despite them being the closest of friends. So that again is something really beautiful for me. Another thing that I want to talk about is the length of this book. So it's only 66 pages, and apart from that, let me show it to you instead of talking. There's a lot of such illustrations throughout the book. Okay, as you can see, I am sure you're able to see it. Let me just quickly get some of the nicest pictures for you. There are a lot of illustrations in this book, and all of these illustrations are done by the celebrated Swedish artist Stina. And you will grow to love these illustrations. They kind of speak to some corner of your heart, and they stay there. So they just grow to be special, and they are so beautifully done. It's all watercolor, and I am a lover of watercolor art. So it was kind of a beautiful visual treat for me. I was talking about the length, of course. So the length, I mean, it's just 66 pages. When you sit down to read, you don't even come to know when the book is over, because Siddharth is so good at this. He knows how to weave a whole world in a handful of words, and that's what he does in this book. I cannot stress upon this enough, guys, but you should give Siddharth a try. Whether that's The Last Song of Dusk, whether that's this book. The other book that I read was well, I cannot think about it right now. But all of his books are so beautiful. Give them a try. But the book that you definitely shouldn't miss is The Rabbit and the Squirrel. So I spoke about the writing, I spoke about the length, that is a number of pages. I spoke about the author a little bit. I also spoke about the characters. Another thing that I want to talk about, which I guess got left out, was the settings. So the settings aren't all that prominent in this book. I mean, they don't hold so much importance, but it's still a lot of lush visual beauty that you experience. One, because of the graphics that are already given in the book through the illustrations, and secondly through the descriptions. So these again hold a lot of delight for the readers, if I may say. So, well, I can bet my life on this that you are going to absolutely love this book. There's nothing that can go wrong with it. It's the perfect weather also. Well, I'm in Mumbai, so it's raining here. So, along with the rains and a cup of tea, this is kind of the perfect book to delve into. So, if it's raining wherever you are, you can pick this book up and enjoy it. Even if it's not raining, whether it's spring, summer, whichever part of the world you are, this book is absolutely good with any weather, any mood, any season, any place. There's nothing more I can tell you about it. So do yourself a favor, grab The Rabbit and the Squirrel by Siddharth Dhanwant Sangvi. I've shared the links for the book in the description box below. Go ahead, get your copy. And if you're planning to read the book, do let me know how you like it. You can share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm going to wait to hear all about it. I love having bookish discussions, and I hope you'll give me a chance. I remember that a few of you had asked me to review this book for you, so there it is. I did it. Just before I go, let me also remind you that my book, my own debut poetry collection, is coming out. I want you to stay tuned. And as soon as it's out, you can go order your copy, read your book, and let me know how you like it. I would love to know what are your thoughts about my book. I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, be reading Beans by me. Goodbye.